Welcome to Dollars, Lifestyle, and Charity, a finance podcast for gamers. Romans and I are both money guys, but we're also gamers, so we wanted to put this pod together to help gamers like us with some of their tough money topics that can sometimes feel as hard as a Souls boss.
We're talking budgeting, saving, paying off debt, and how to not fall for all the traps life throws at you.
Grab a health potion and let's start stacking gold IRL. This is DLC, a finance podcast for gamers. Welcome to Dollars, Lifestyle, and Charity, a finance podcast for gamers. I'm Scruffy, and this is Romans. And today we are going to be talking a little bit about the epidemic that is sweeping the nation. Buy now, pay later. Not talking about credit cards, but talking about all those companies now that when you are doing your online shopping, getting ready to check out, and there's this little button that pops up and just says, hey, instead of paying now, why don't you just spread these payments out over the next 4 weeks and pay for it later? We're talking a little bit more about what companies are doing with this, why it's not in your best interests, and what are some things to look out for with it.
I am shocked, and I can't wait to learn because I have never, ever, at least to my knowledge, done a buy now, pay later. So I'm looking very forward to finding out that I have been doing it all along and how broke I'm going to be after this episode. So tell me more, Scruffy. What are we doing here?
So it's really interesting. This is something that's been coming up in the last couple of years. There's a couple companies like Klarna, Afterpay, even Apple's doing it now with Apple Pay Later, where they are seamlessly integrating with the different payment apps, whether it's something that is just a part of the website, something like a Square, or something that just integrates naturally with something where you pay. They're starting to offer these options that you can pay the full balance of your cart if you want, or for zero interest, you can just start spreading out these payments over a couple of weeks, a month or two, and it's just making it easier and easier for someone to have to go into debt for some of these basic things that you would be shocked by the amount of things that you can have for buy now, pay later. I know of someone who did not know that they were doing this, but they had their DoorDash linked to a buy now, pay later. So whenever they called in a DoorDash and were ordering Taco Bell, they were getting to pay, instead of paying their whole Taco Bell bill of $15, they were spreading that out over the next 4 weeks in 4 easy payments of it, to instead of just paying for your order, you're spreading it out over weeks and weeks and weeks. And it is shocking to me the amount of companies that are starting to integrate this. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Shop app or the Shop a Link. A lot of people are using it now to integrate it with their stores. It'll store your credit card information, but for every transaction you have on there, they now give the ability to make payments for something instead of just paying in full at the very start. It's interesting. I was doing a little bit of research for this, and this is something that's really been big with Gen Z. And a recent study found that about 60% of Gen Z have in some way or another used the buy now, pay later. And it's interesting because a lot of Gen Z are really against credit cards because they've seen what credit card debt can do to people. But companies are getting smart. Companies are not billion-dollar companies for no reason. They're seeing that people are maybe a little bit more adverse to credit cards, and they're now, instead of using a credit card, you're not going into debt. You're just paying later for this item that you want to buy now. It's been getting really big, and I don't see it slowing down at all in the future.
I am learning that all of this is stemming from a company called Klarna.
That's who started it.
And Apple Pay actually stopped offering its services directly, and it too is now offering it through Klarna. So whoever this Klarna is, probably a unicorn business, probably breaking in the dough. But yeah. I'm seeing. Maybe you'll save it for later, but the late fee epidemic that's coming from it.
Yeah, we could.
Uh,
I mean, we can talk about that now. If we want to talk about it in a little bit later, we
I
can
found
too. But
I found the DoorDash buy now pay later for food. That just seems so ridiculous. I'm gonna get my food now from DoorDash. I want it that bad, and in 4 easy payments, uh, you can bear yourself. I'm looking here at horror stores where people forgot their payments. You have to make four
yep,
payments. And what
yep,
happens is you miss one and it looks like it's game over, which is what destroyed people with credit cards. It literally, it
yep,
feels like, okay, we figured out you don't like credit cards. So what we've done is we found another way to get you into the credit game without giving you a
yep,
card. Like this Benuple.
yep.
Do people call it Benuple? I feel like saying Benuple. This buy
I
now.
mean, you can't buy now, pay later.
All right, so these Benuplers, they're up to no good. Like they're
Yeah,
hoping you mess up, which is the same thing that credit card companies used to do. They're your friend until you mess up, and then they come after you.
yeah.
How
Because
about
on its
we not DoorDash that way?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, on its surface, it doesn't sound terrible. Like, especially if you're buying something like somewhat bigger, like if you're buying a piece of furniture, and instead of paying $400, you can spread that out and pay $100 a week or $100 a month, and you're better off, right? Because it's a less hit to your budget. Well, the interesting part of that is, like Romans is alluding to, what they're banking on is you forgetting a payment. And even if you don't forget a payment, they're still winning because there's been study after study after study done of when you don't see the money leave your account, you are so much more willing to spend more money. So if you're just thinking about for in a second, if you're shopping and you're going to buy something and it costs $100, um, you're maybe starting to feel that a little bit. But if you can spread out that payment over $25 payments over the next 4 weeks, you can do that. So why not throw that extra thing that you were looking at already into the cart? It's only an extra $3 a month for the next 4 weeks, or the next $3 a week for the next 4 weeks. So there's a psychology element to this too, where these companies are betting that you are going to want to spend more money because you're not feeling that direct impact. You're not seeing that money immediately leave your account, and you're willing to maybe spread it out a little bit more and maybe buy that one extra thing that I wasn't going to buy, but it's only a couple extra dollars a week. I can afford it and throw that in there. So either way, they're winning. Like even if you remember all your payments, you're probably going to end up paying for something extra that you wouldn't have done before if you are just paid it all up front.
Yeah, there used to be a thing back in my day. It was called the Layaway program, right? So if you really wanted that fridge, they would lay it away in the back somewhere with your name on it. And as soon as you made all the payments, you could pick up the product. Uh, I feel like we've gone totally in reverse, and this Benuple is
Yeah.
the opposite. Where you get the fridge up front, just make all 4 payments, and if you don't, we're gonna send Billy the Bat and Carl the Crowbar guy to your knees and break them, and we're gonna kill you, crush your credit rating, and get the money out of you. So very, very
Yeah.
interesting. I think I have been doing it for like household things. I remember, I don't think it was called this though, but you would get things on interest free loans, right? You could,
Yep.
I remember buying, I don't know, what is it, termite? I bought something for my house, and in 4 payments, it would be paid off. And it was literally like pest control. Um, or some, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something very mundane and for the house. And this sounds very familiar, but I didn't sign any paperwork with no Klarna or anything. So, uh,
Yeah. A lot of the times it's automatically integrated with the checkout. Like I know for shop, um, it's literally just like, do you want to pay now or do you want to pay in 4 payments? It's easy as like selecting an option because there's no credit checks. There's no like uh, and nothing you need to sign. It's not technically. like a creditable debt to you. So they are able to bypass all these regulations that are set to protect consumers from like pretty bad practices from these businesses. They're able to sidestep them. And it's really, really to the detriment of consumers.
Yeah, that it sure sounds like it. Um, there's probably a host of these. So there's Klarna. I'm looking at Affirm.
Yep.
It's almost like an exercise of read the fine print. And I think I've seen PayPal offer it, but I never, you never realize what it is. If you really want to min max your money, I could see this working for a very. You remember when we did that episode about credit card points?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think if you are like me and you're crazy about min maxing your money, you could probably, because 4 payments is 4 months, you could do some
It depends.
damage.
Sometimes
Oh,
it's weeks
oh,
for
really?
smaller items.
Okay,
Most of the time it's weeks. So like
okay,
for DoorDash and for smaller items, a lot of times it's a payment a week
okay. So
instead of a payment a month.
that's not quite the risk unless you're a if you're what is it? If you're a swing trader. So if you're a swing
Oh
trader,
gosh.
if you buy on Mondays and sell on Fridays, or wait, is it the other way around? Is that the way it is? Is it buy on Mondays, sell on Fridays, or is it either way? One of
It
the
it
two.
it, var-
It
it
doesn't matter.
varies, yeah.
But a swing trader, you buy one day and you exit on the other, and you usually do it weekly unless you're like crazy about it. I could see you liking this kind of stuff too, because you could invest that money in the stock market or what. You could invest so what you get like Taco Bell, you get a buy now pay later of $16. You could spread that $4 and swing trade $16, obviously in $4 increments, so it goes down and down and down. And you could turn that $4 into $4.40. And if you min max it, that's $1.60. So you could save 10% of your Taco Bell purchase if you swing trade it. Maybe you should look into this. We could be a
Please do not do this. Please do not do this.
oh
This is
man.
exactly what these companies are banking on people do. Not that specific thing, but this type of mentality. Because how they get you is it's not automatic payments that you're able to sign up for. You have to remember to actually go in and make these payments. Sometimes there's some options that'll automatically take it out, but you have to go looking for that. It's not something that they automatically want you to be enrolled in. So what they're guaranteed is that you miss a payment, and then all of a sudden, all these late fees start racking up, and what was once a easy zero interest buy now pay later has now turned into a nightmare. It's turned from a buy now pay later to buy now panic mode, because all of these late fees are racking up, and your $15, $16 in Taco Bell is now costing you $25 for Taco Bell you ate on Monday the 3rd at later on in the 30th of the month. You're now having to have a headache about a meal you had, a spur of the moment decision to order Taco Bell in, that you're now having a headache for a month later.
But it was really tasty, and I didn't get paid until next week. Uh,
Oh my gosh, no Taco Bell is worth that. I'm fine with admitting this. I don't eat Taco Bell. I've had it one time in my life, and I've never gone back. I had it because I got like this prize thing from my like reading summer list thing. Had it, was fine. Never gonna have it again. But ain't no way no Taco Bell is worth dealing with late fees on paying for Taco Bell.
have you?
Taco Bell.
Their spicy potato. It's really good. You,
Is
you-
it worth the $4 in interest that you're doing because of your late payments because you couldn't wait until your next paycheck to hit?
don't ask me. I cut coupons. I am still a sucker for a coupon in an app. You want me to do Benuple?
Yep.
You Benuplers, get out of here. Yeah, you gotta wake up pretty early, get a Benuple on me, guys. You buy now, pay
So
later.
you have the buy one get five free coupon for the spicy potatoes.
Where was I? I was at an airport and they said if I bought 2 bags of nuts, I would save $4. Or I buy 1 bag of nuts for $8. You know what I did? What do you think I did?
You bought you bought 4 bags of nuts.
I actually bought 1 bag of nuts because that's all I needed. I'm traveling. I don't need. But you're right. I did think about it. I'm like, wait, 4 bags of nuts. I would have enough for my whole trip. No, but I ended up not taking any of their deal. I paid full price. I paid the $8 for the 1 bag of nuts because I thought about consumption. Do I really? It is a good deal. If you bought at least 2 bags, you save $4. That's like 25% off. But if you really think about it, do you really need 2 bags of nuts? Like, are you that hungry? Do you have children in a shoe somewhere where you gotta like? I was traveling. I was lean and mean, right? I had my bags. I don't like carrying heavy bags. You see those people traveling with their giant suitcase where they have their whole house in a suitcase and they're like struggling to move it. I like to be lean. I like to pack as light as possible. So no, I did not take them up on
Yeah.
their nuts. But only if there was a Banupple. If there was a buy now, pay later at that register, I probably would have bought 2 bags. No, I wouldn't. Um, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and there's something to be said about waiting. Like waiting for some, especially if it's a purchase that matters, like something, whether it be new stream equipment or something that you're going to be using every day, something for your house. There's something to be said about waiting and thinking about your purchase before just making it. Because that's another thing with the buy now, pay later is it takes away some of the time you have to take to think about it because instead of paying $100, oh, I'm just paying $25 now, and then I'm paying for the rest of it later. But I can just get this now. I think I need it. I'm just gonna get it instead of having to really think and like, is this something I'm going to use? Is this new microphone really going to benefit my stream? Is this something that's really going to help me? Or is this something I saw a good deal on and I'm only paying $20 a month for the next 4 months and I can make it work?
I am curious. Now I have to pay more attention to where these buy now, pay laters are located. Uh, I don't like credit card debt. I don't like owing anybody, so I think I'd hesitate. But thinking of my mind in the days of stretching a dollar and being methodical and being strategic, I could see for the right purchase. The problem is if you do it once, will you do it twice? Will you do it three
Yeah.
times? Until you get the spicy taco at Taco Bell. You get the spicy potato. You get 6 of them, and you do a this banapple thing to it. I think that's when you know. I think that's when you know. If anyone's listening to this and you've crossed that line with Taco Bell or DoorDash, I think this is intervention. I want to tell you as a friend that you got to finish this podcast until you pay off all of your benupples. You got to keep listening to all old episodes until you paid off, and then just tell us in the Discord that you did it, and we'll give you a high five when we see you at ReachConf in Orlando, November 6, 7, and 8. Hashtag ad. Next segment, hit it up. Where are we going?
Yeah, one of the things I think that's really important to recognize is for us gamers, like where is this going to hit us? And I think in the environment we're in too, of rising game prices, games were $60, now they're $70, now they're $80, now some of them are going to be $90. I think it's only a matter of time before Steam starts integrating this and other people start integrating this into, hey, you could pay $80 for this game, or if you want to just spread that out over 4 months, it's probably going to take you 4 months to finish this game anyway. So if you just pay $20 a month for the next 4 months, you get this game. And I think that is, I mean, how many of you already have a game library that's too full of games that you're not going to be able to get to? Now imagine you buy a new game, GTA 6 comes out, it's $80, and I'm going to be playing this game for the next 4 months. So I'm going to do this. You're paying $20 a month for the next 4 months, and you're I know for me, I would feel like I have to play that game because I'm being charged again next month for it. I can't go on to any other games. I'm still paying for this freaking game that I bought 2 months ago. I have to keep playing it. Maybe GTA is a bad example because it's probably going to be a really good game, but I just foresee that this is going to just continue to people adding games to their carts, paying for these games that they shouldn't be, and wasting money on games that they're never going to play. And I really think it's not beneficial for consumers. I think it's going to cause people to stop enjoying a hobby they have. Like if you're, I know for me, like I don't play games for professionally or for my job or anything. I just do it to relax. Imagine how stressful it would be is if you sit down and decide what game to play and you sit down and I'm like, well, I'm paying $20 next month for GTA 6, so I guess I'm playing that again. Instead of, oh, I wanted to try this indie game. I wanted to return to Stardew Valley, tend my farm a little bit, explore this new DLC that got dropped or something like that. I think it's going to take away from the enjoyment of a really fun hobby a lot of people have.
Yeah, I think that you should never buy a game that's $90. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Resist. Resist. Don't spend. There's a part where market, uh, you know, you could justify it in the world, right? You could say a game should cost $500, but I hope these buy now, pay laters don't exacerbate the price gouging that I think these guys are doing to justify their crazy games. I think that I don't, when we just did that quick research in the prior episode, just because they're AAA shouldn't cost 200 million every time. There's a formula there.
Yeah.
It costs $200 million. It takes 8 years to make a game. I don't think that's true. Claire Obscura took a tenth of that and still took about 6 years. So maybe the time part is right, but it's proof you can have absolutely great storytelling without spending $200 million every time. So I don't think we should justify like those games that we just talked about. They spent 200 million to make. They were sold for $50. Now they're going to make a same
Yeah.
game for 200 million and tell me it costs $90. Like, wait a minute, Bob. You used 200 million to make this game. Why does this one cost twice as the last game that cost 200 million? Is that because some executive said so? And honestly, I think it is. I think there's a little bit
Yeah.
of fake value propositioning going on, and I hope the video gamers out there can see through the shenanigans and send those prices back where they belong. Into a buy now, pay later program. Thanks to Klarna, you too can buy $100 game in 4 easy payments of $25. When you could have bought that same game for $50 if you paid up front and it was 2023. But now that it's 2027, the same game costs whatever. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I think something too that is going to be coming soon down the pipe is one of the reasons it's so used right now is it's not regulated. A lot of these consumers are a lot of not consumers. A lot of these companies are using it unregulated, so they don't have all of these things that they have to sidestep for like they normally do through credit cards. But with that, the government's going to start looking at these things. Could you imagine you're sitting down across from a loan officer applying for a home and they're looking things up and they pull up your report and they see, yeah, back in 2025, you ordered Taco Bell from DoorDash and you never paid that back. So now we can't offer you a loan because you have $200 of Taco Bell fees that you still owe, and I don't think you're going to be able to pay back this credit that we're offering you. That's something that really could happen. Like if you forget, and it's imagine how easy it is to forget about things. If you're listening, you should be doing your monthly budget because we've made plenty of resources out there for you to use. Imagine, for me, There's plenty of times where I'm doing my monthly budget and I forget, where did I spend this money again? I forget exactly what this was for. How easy would it be to let one or two things slip, and then all these fees just keep racking up and racking up and racking up, and they're fine with not telling you because they want you to have to pay them as much as they want. So then a couple of years later you find out, oh, I never paid my Taco Bell. I have to go back and pay that, and surprise, it is 5 times 10 times as big as your original bill was. And this is legitimately could cause you serious issues for your financial future. It could harm your credit. If this does get regulated, it's probably going to be continued to use as part of your credit score. It can harm your credit, can harm your ability to pay back a loan. And I think this regulation is going to make things really bad for a lot of people that abuse this and didn't realize what they were getting into. That's what these companies are banking on. They're banking on you don't understand, you don't read the fine print, you don't know what you're getting into, and they get to capitalize on your mistake. And they get rich because you forgot about a payment, you forgot about one thing, and now they get to take all your money.
Yep, don't do it, guys. Pay in cash or pay attention to what you're clicking when you click quickly. Because I could see it. They're coming for us.
Yeah.
If you don't like credit, if this younger generation doesn't like credit cards, they're gonna find another way to serve up the same thing. So just
Yep.
pay attention. And if it deal's too
Yeah.
good to be true, it probably is.
Mm-hmm. It's true. I think the buy now pay later, it's just a way for them to start getting their money in a different way. It's these companies, if we're starting to see what it looks like, some of the younger generation is starting to be more conscious about what they're spending their money on with credit cards and not wanting to go into credit card debt. They're finding a way to get their money. And if it's not one way, they'll find another way. There's a reason that they're offering this. They're not trying to be your friend. As much as you might like them to, these companies are there to take your money, not to be your friend and help you.
Mm-hmm. Naughty, naughty.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, that's pretty much it for this segment. Last thing we wanted to do is Romans. Do you think you can take the opposite side on this debate here?
Oh, totally, totally can. I'm
All
gonna
right.
win this so big. You're gonna love it. Let's do it. Set the
All right.
stage.
So Romans, my assertion is that buy now pay later is empowering low income customers more than hurting them.
Wait, you're gonna take it's helping low income consumers?
I read that very wrong. No, it is absolutely hurting them. All right, scratch that. Romans, my assertion is that buy now, pay later is drastically harming low income consumers instead of providing them some help. I think it is putting them in a position to spend more money, to forget about their payment and start having to pay late fees, and putting them in a position where their long-term finances can be severely impacted by a one-time bad mistake.
Right, and so I'm choosing the opposing view that you're wrong, right? That low income consumers need benupples. Low income consumers need these buy now, pay later tactics to min max their budgeting strategies to escape the poverty line and to escape lower to middle class income and to find success and reach. I don't know if I'm going to win this one. There's just no way. There's no
You came
way.
out swinging.
Yeah, the only way I could possibly think this is going to work is that not all low income consumers choose to be there. There are low income consumers who are low income due to other extenuating circumstances and are actually digging themselves out. and can min max their way out of a hole. I think that there's a certain problem when you're low income where the entire system, for lack of whatever, kind of keeps you trapped there. You have employers who are shady, who don't do what they say they're going to do. You have government assistance programs that as soon as you overqualify, just leave you out there to dry, almost like they're bitter you left them. Oh no, you don't need food stamps anymore? Then why don't you just die? And I'm just like, what? There's zero transition. So for those people alone, those people who feel that pain of that escaping, it's almost like a spaceship leaving. What is the thing? You have to reach terminal velocity to escape Earth's orbit in order to reach space. I know it's a bit of an exaggeration, but I feel a lot of low income people are in literally that spot where to escape the clutches and help of the government, there is this weird low point. And I could see where buy now pay later can help smooth that over. But you got to be absolutely tactical. You have to have so much discipline, and you have to be as good as couponing as me. And I'm not a super couponer. Never came home with a whole carton, $25 refund. But actually, I'm taking credit. My wife, she's really good at it. She knew how to combine the coupons. I would just buy coupons of things I liked, and she would be the one like, you can't combine that with anything. So no, we can't buy that. These are in our early days where every cent mattered. And I think in those, I can channel back to those days, and I could see where, man, I would really like X thing if I could spread it over 4 months or 2 months or a week. I would probably need it in more than 2 weeks period, because I've never worked a job where you got paid weekly. Every job I've ever had, I think in my life, either paid you every 2 weeks or twice a month. So there's always, I remember those times where I was literally trying to make it to the next payday. Like I never got to the point where I considered using those scammer cash your paycheck early things, which by the way, those payday people are worse. That's another point
Oh my gosh.
for
So
buy now
much
pay
worse.
laters. Those dudes who let you cash your check early or whatever, they're loan sharks, guys. Don't do it. Obviously, during certain situations, I could see certain situations where people literally don't have any support system. It's you against the world. Fine. Let them take 30% of your future paycheck. But my goodness, I would rather do a deal with buy now, pay later people than do a deal with those guys. So another point, do this rather than do that. Do not go to, what is it, Wells Fargo? What are these people that do this? What are they called? Amscot. Oh my goodness. Why is an Amscot always next to a cannabis shop, always next to a Church's Chicken or some ghetto?
So true.
Like, why next to a gas station? I'm telling you, it's the homie it's the homie ecosystem. Right? They reach out to you. There's always like a Little Caesars or something, which Little Caesars I hear is great for other people. But they create this ecosystem of poverty. And I would just tell you that there's a reason why broccoli costs $60 for one floret. Because they want you to buy the spicy potato at Taco Bell so that you get diabetes. Then you got to go to the doctor. Then you got to apply for Medicare. Then you got to... Anyways, I could just go down that roll. I lived very close to that line for a long time. And so my heart's to all the folks out there in that struggle. You can't escape it, but the discipline is that of a kung fu master. You must have a black belt in financial stewardship. Crown Financial. Crown Financial is a great program. I know you're Dave Ramsey's. You like Dave Ramsey's side, but oh my goodness, we should do an episode: Crown Financial versus Dave Ramsey's school. I'm a graduate of both, so you can just be the Dave Ramsey guy, and I'll dumpster you with my crown strat. No, I'm just kidding. We shouldn't make them fight. Anyways, you should. If anyone's listening to this,
I know.
Yes, they're both great. I like them both.
Go through one of them,
Crown
for sure. Highly
I like Crown
recommend.
more. I like Crown more. But yeah, you do both. They're great. Dave Ramsey's the man.
Yeah. I definitely I can concede the point that the buy now pay later is better than a payday loan.
Let's go.
Sure,
End of
I
debate.
agree with
I
that.
win.
No,
Thank you guys. All right, so now we're wrapping up
no,
the.
no, 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 no. It is better, but I still think it's going to put you in a cycle. If you're if you use it once, you're more likely to use it again. And it could potentially put you in a position that it can stretch you out a little bit longer if you absolutely need it. But all the same, for most people, that in that very specific situation, it might be able to help somebody. But for most people, it's just going to cause you to spend more money. It's going to cause you to be caught in the same cycle of paying for things over and over and over again. And as you use, the more you use it, the more your payments every month are going to go up. And then it would have just been the same as if you had paid for it in the first place because you're paying for four other things on payments now. It's the type of thing they want to start, they want to get you once so that you'll come back. Like for drug dealers, the first one's always free because they want to get you coming back.
I'll tell you, if you're using or considering a buy now pay later, I would tell you to play a Steam game. I loved it. It's called Change, a homeless survival experience. And it's a game where you escape homelessness. And on a serious
Mm.
topic, I think it is a fantastic game. According to my Steam, I last played on May 9th, 2020. And let me tell you, it's been 5 years, almost 5 years since I last played this game. And I'll tell you, it's that good of a game. I spent 13 hours on it because I like to complete everything. But then I found out to complete it, I had to do some pretty dark things to survive that I wasn't willing to do, even in a game. But I would tell you, if you are doing buy now, pay laters, you should literally play the game Change. Because if that's the world you're living in, you are literally a few steps away from heading in the homeless direction. I think it's that bad. Um, and yeah, that's my. I
Yeah.
will concede. There's no way to win this debate. You have set me up, good sir. I do not appreciate it, but I love a good challenge. So you win.
Well fought. Even you're gracious in your loss.
Yep. This time.
All right. This time. All right. And next time when you lose next time as well. So on that note, where can they find you, Romans?
Being sour on Discord in the Reach server for the next 5 minutes. Yeah, find me there. Find the Reach server. I challenge you. Find a way to find us in the Reach server and let's connect. Here to help. Grateful for everything you do in the gaming space. Anyone who's listening to this, always care about your financial future and finding a way out of the
Yeah.
maze. It takes a lot of discipline, but it can be done. Just don't get scammed by these buy now, pay laters and other shenanigans like Amscott. Don't do it.
Yeah. That's true. This is why Romans and I wanted to put this podcast together, is to be a resource for answer questions, really help people be able to make content creation work. If, a lot of people, those early years of content creation is really, really tough. And if we can be a resource to help you get that last little bit over the edge so you can make content creation a reality, that's what we're here for. So find us in the Reach server, ask questions. We're more than happy to help you. You can also, in the description of the episode, you can find my contact information. If you have a question you want to ask about, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help however I can. Um, and that's what we're here for.
Cool. So that's been another episode of the DLC Finance Podcast for Gamers. Thanks for checking in. We'll catch you on the next episode, friends. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Boop.